Hello everyone. We want to talk about user account control in this session. User account control is a setting that helps prevent harmful programs from making changes to your computer. This setting is enabled by default in Server 2012. So when you are trying to install software, when you want to make a change to your computer, you will see that there's a pop-up. There's a prompt asking for permission to make changes to your computer. In order to make the change, you have to be an administrator, or the user has to be administrator level in order to allow that change to go through. So if the user that is logged on is not an administrator, then that user is not able to make that change. Now, as an administrator, sometimes you have to make changes to your computer. Sometimes you have to install software. If you are comfortable with the software that you're installing, and you don't want to answer that prompt all the time, because this prompt can pop up whenever there's a change to be made to the computer. If you don't want to be bothered with that, you can turn off that user account setting, which will prevent the pop-up from coming up every time you need to make a change to your computer. Let's take a look and see how we will go about disabling that user account control setting for the administrator. Disabling the user account control setting is a two-step process. First, we want to go into Control Panel and we want to change that user account setting. And then we want to go to our local group policy and also make that change. So we're going to right click on the start icon and we're going to click on Control Panel. We're going to select User Accounts. We're going to select User Accounts a second time. And we want to click on Change User Account Control Settings. Here you can see that the default setting is notify me only when apps try to make changes to my computer. That was the first setting. The second setting is don't notify me when I make changes to the Windows settings. So this is the default setting. This is what you will get. We want to change that default setting. So we're going to move on from this screen by pressing OK here at the bottom. Now you're going to see that we would need to drag that setting down to the bottom, which now gives me the setting, never notify me when apps try to install software or make changes to my computer. Now that we've made the change, we can go ahead and click OK. We want to close the user accounts box. Now we want to go to the local security policy to make that change within the local security policy. We're going to click on Tools, Local Security Policy. We want to select Local Policies, Security Options. And we're going for the policy that says User Account Control, run all administrators in admin approval mode. So we're going to select that policy. and we're going to disable that policy. We can press apply and we can click on OK. We now want to go into Action Center and check our policy settings to see if we were able to disable that policy. So we're going to right click on the start icon. We're going to go into Control Panel and we're going to click on Action Settings. Here, we want to click on Security. UAC will never notify you when apps try to make changes to the computer. So we can see that the setting has been changed. This is the end of our session. I want to thank you for listening.